The rolling contact bearings are known as A. Thick lubricated bearings, B. Plastic bearings, C. Thin lubricated bearings, D. Antifriction bearings. The correct answer is antifriction bearings. The backlash for spur gears depends upon A. Module, B. pitch line velocity, C. tooth profile, D. both A and B. The correct answer is both A and B. The size of a gear is usually specified by A. pressure angle, B. pitch circle diameter, C. circular pitch, D. diametral pitch. The correct answer is pitch circle diameter. The circumferential and longitudinal strains in a cylindrical boiler under internal steam pressure are C and L respectively. The change in volume of the boiler cylinder per unit volume will be A. C2L, B. 2Cl, C. Cl2, D. C2L. The correct answer is 2Cl. The bearings of heavy series have capacity over the medium series. A. 10 to 20, B. 20 to 30, C. 30 to 40, D. 40 to 50. The correct answer is 20 to 30. A steel containing more than 0.8 carbon is known as eutectoid steel. A. Yes, B. No, C. D. The correct answer is no. In leaf springs, the longest leaf is known as A. lower leaf, B. master leaf, C. upper leaf, D. none of these. The correct answer is master leaf. The taper on cotter varies from A. 1 in L5 to 1 in 10, B. 1 in 24 to 1 in 20, C. 1 in 32 to 1 in 24, D. 1 in 48 to 1 in 24. The correct answer is 1 in 48 to 1 in 24. Which of the following screw thread is used for power transmission in one direction only? A. Acme threads, B. square threads, C. buttress threads, D. multiple threads. The correct answer is buttress threads. When the bearing is subjected to large fluctuations of load and heavy impacts, the bearing characteristic number should be the bearing modulus. A. 5 times, B. 10 times, C. 15 times, D. 20 times. The correct answer is 15 times. The rolling contact bearings as compared to sliding contact bearings have A. small overall dimensions, B. accuracy of shaft alignment, C. low starting and low running friction except at very high speeds, D. all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. The maximum normal stress theory is used for A. brittle materials, B. ductile materials, C. plastic materials, D. non-ferrous materials. The correct answer is brittle materials. When two non-intersecting and non-coplanar shafts are connected by gears, the arrangement is known as A. spur gearing, B. helical gearing, C. bevel gearing, D. spiral gearing. The correct answer is spiral gearing. When a nut is tightened by placing a washer below it, the bolt will be subjected to A. tensile stress, B. compressive stress, C. shear stress, D. none of these. The correct answer is tensile stress. A locking device extensively used in marine-type connecting rod ends is A. jam nut, B. castle nut, C. saw nut, D. ring nut. The correct answer is ring nut. The difference between the tooth space and the tooth thickness as measured on the pitch circle is called A. working depth, B. clearance, C. face width, D. backlash. The correct answer is backlash. When a load W is suddenly applied to a bar of weight W1, the stress induced in the bar will increase with the increase in weight W1. A. Correct. B. Incorrect. C. D. The correct answer is incorrect. The endurance limit for a mirror-polished material will be as compared to unpolished material. A. Same. B. Less. C. More. D. The correct answer is more. A sliding bearing which operates without any lubricant present is called A. Zero film bearing. B. Boundary lubricated bearing. C. Hydrodynamic lubricated bearing. D. Hydrostatic lubricated bearing. The correct answer is zero film bearing. The material used for brake lining should have coefficient of friction A. Low. B. High. C. D. The correct answer is high. Screws jacks have multiple threads. A. Agree. B. Disagree. C. D. The correct answer is disagree. In an ordinary bolt, the effect of the impulsive loads applied axially is concentrated on the cross-sectional area at the root of the threads. A. Yes. B. No. C. D. The correct answer is yes. The radial distance of a tooth from the pitch circle to the top of the tooth is called A. Dedendum. B. Addendum. C. Clearance. D. Working depth. The correct answer is addendum. In a gear having involute teeth, the normal to the involute is a tangent to the A. Pitch circle. B. Base circle. C. Addendum circle. D. Dedendum circle. The correct answer is base circle. Which of the following statement is correct? A. The toughness of a material increases when it is heated. B. The shear stress in a beam varies from zero at the neutral surface and maximum at the outer fibers. C. The stress concentration in static loading is more serious in brittle materials and less serious in ductile materials. D. The stress concentration in static loading is more serious in ductile materials and less serious in brittle materials. The correct answer is the stress concentration in static loading is more serious in brittle materials and less serious in ductile materials. The metal suitable for bearings subjected to light loads is A. Silicon bronze. B. White metal. C. Monel metal. D. Phosphor bronze. The correct answer is phosphor bronze. A connecting rod subjected to an axial load may buckle in the plane perpendicular to the plane of motion of the connecting rod. A. Correct. B. Incorrect. C. D. The correct answer is correct. Which of the following is an antifriction bearing? A. Journal bearing. B. Pedestal bearing. C. Collar bearing. D. Needle bearing. The correct answer is needle bearing. A connecting rod is 4 times strong in buckling about y-axis than about x-axis. A. Agree. B. Disagree. C. D. The correct answer is agree. In designing a sleeve, coupling length of the sleeve is taken as where D. Diameter of the shaft. A. D. 17 mm. B. 2 D. 13 mm. C. 2 D. 20 mm. D. 3.5 D. The correct answer is 3.5 D. In helical gears, the right-hand helixes on one gear will mesh helixes on the other gear. A. Right hand. B. Left hand. C. D. The correct answer is left hand. A connecting rod is designed as A. Long column. B. Short column. C. Strut. D. All of these. The correct answer is strut. The cross-section of the arm of a bell crank lever is A. Rectangular. B. Elliptical. C. I-section. D. Any one of these. The correct answer is any one of these. The rocker arms in internal combustion engines are of first type levers. A correct. B incorrect. C. D. The correct answer is correct. In a crossed belt drive, the shafts are arranged parallel and rotate in the same directions. A correct. B incorrect. C. D. The correct answer is incorrect. In warm gas, the angle between the tangent to the pitch helix and an element of the cylinder is known as A. Helix angle. B. Pressure angle. C. Pitch lead angle. D. None of these. The correct answer is helix angle. Idler pulley is used for A. Increasing velocity ratio. B. For applying tension. C. Changing the direction of motion of belt. D. All of these. The correct answer is for applying tension. The bell crank levers used in railway signaling arrangement are of third type levers. A. True. B. False. C. D. The correct answer is false. When spring index increases, the value of Wahls' stress factor. A. Increases linearly. B. Decreases linearly. C. Remains same. D. Increases exponentially. The correct answer is increases exponentially. A shaft is subjected to a maximum bending stress of 80 Nm2 and maximum shearing stress equal to 30 Nm2 at a particular section. If the yield point in tension of the material is 280 Nm2 and the maximum shear stress theory of failure is used, then the factor of safety obtained will be A. 2.5, B. 2.8, C. 3.0, D. 3.5. The correct answer is 2.8. The longitudinal stress is of the circumferential stress. A. 1/2, B. 2/3, C. 3/4, D. double. The correct answer is 1/2. The expression 0.1750.841 is the Lewis form factor for A. Composite and full depth involute system. B. 20 full depth involute system. C. 20 stub system. D. None of the above. The correct answer is 20 stub system. A screw will be self-locking if A. Friction angle is less than helix angle. B. Friction angle is more than helix angle. C. Friction angle is equal to helix angle. D. Efficiency of screw is 100. The correct answer is friction angle is more than helix angle. The maximum shear stress theory is used for A. Brittle materials. B. Ductile materials. C. Plastic materials. D. Non-ferrous materials. The correct answer is ductile materials. The elasticity is the property of a material which enables it to A. Regain its original shape after deformation when the external forces are removed. B. Draw into wires by the application of a tensile force. C. Resist fracture due to high impact loads. D. Retain deformation produced under load permanently. The correct answer is regain its original shape after deformation when the external forces are removed. The surface finish factor for a mirror polished material is A. 0.45, B. 0.65, C. 0.85, D. 1. The correct answer is 1. For low and moderate speed engines, the cam follower should move with A. Uniform velocity. B. Simple harmonic motion. C. Uniform acceleration and retardation. D. Cycloidal motion. The correct answer is simple harmonic motion. Which of the following statement is correct? A. A parallel sunk key is a taperless key. B. A parallel sunk key may be rectangular or square in cross section. C. A flat saddle key is a taper key which fits in a keyway of the hub and is flat on the shaft. D. All of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. When a bolt and nut is made of mild steel, then the effective height of nut is made equal to where the nominal diameter of bolt A 0.5 d, B 0.75 d, C d, D 1.25 d. The correct answer is D.